What I'm trying to say is I wanted Apple longer than you for non-YouTube reasons, just for regular reasons, and you're gonna be getting the Apple device before I am. So
But I was smart.
Yeah, well, you are getting what you want. You are the spoiled one, and I am not.
Hello world! Guess what? It's 9 o'clock at night. I didn't vlog today, mainly because I was doing nothing really interesting. Well, I edit this morning, I ate something and went to work, and then we had rehearsal at church, and that's where we just came from. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a little short vlog for you guys, just to have for Friday. Tomorrow's gonna be a very fun, interesting day because we're going out to our friend's house, Sydney and Peter, who you've seen their baby on my vlogs before, with little Weston. And we're going to have a blast. We always have a blast with them. We're always laughing, playing games, whatever. And I am going to do a challenge video with them for my second channel. So be on the lookout for that. So we're going to watch the Streamies, which starts in about an hour. And I was talking to Jonathan. I didn't mention this in the previous vlogs. I probably just forgot. But in October, I have my phone upgrade. So I already watched the Apple announcement for the new phones. And I'm really excited. It's not a huge upgrade from the iPhone 6. But it's nice, and it's going to have iOS 9, and it's going to be faster, and it's just a whole bunch of goodness. So I have mentioned this in my vlogs before, that I am switching from Android to Apple. Now, I had Apple before Android, and before Apple, I had BlackBerry. And before BlackBerry, I think I had a Nokia regular non-smartphone.
You had the Sidekick.
I don't remember. I've had a line of phones. But I did have the Sidekick, which was like the biggest thing. If I find a picture, I'm going to put it right here.
Since the Razr flip phone.
But yeah, oh my gosh, and the Razr flip phone, but I didn't have that. The Sidekick was like the coolest thing. It was like before a smartphone existed, this was the smartphone. You text, you could go, what could you do? Games? Could you do any internet? I think you could do browsing, but I don't remember if you could do like Facebook and stuff on that. I don't remember, but they had like cool little widgets that you can do certain things on it, your email and such. So it was kind of smart, but it's definitely not where we are today. And then I went to Android because at that time I felt like Apple was just too, I don't know, too limited and too basic. And I was like, everything through iTunes, and it was just kind of weird. So I was like, I'm going to go to Android because Android has this thing down where they make you feel like, oh, you can do anything, you know, with their devices, because they have all these bells and whistles, and it's like, ooh, wow, you could do this, you could do that. Like when they came out with the, there was a word for it, like a smart something, smart touch, smart look, stuff like that, where you... Smart Stay, it was just smart whatever, and you could scroll the web pages with your eyes, or if you were watching a video and you looked away, the video would stop and then start when you look back, and all those kind of things.
Split screen.
The split screen is a little different than the smart stuff, but anyways, and it was like, oh wow, that's so cool. So I liked it, and when I got the phone, I ended up finding I wasn't using it. Like when it was on, it annoyed the heck out of me, because I'm like, oh, I'm not scrolling. Oh, I don't really use this. I'd rather just use my finger. So I shut off all that stuff. And then the split screen, I was using it at first. Now I don't even use it at all. The only one I use for split screen right now is if I'm watching a video and I want to text someone and I don't want to get out of my video. That's the only time I use the split screen. Which Apple is now doing the split screen, but I don't think they have it yet for the phones. Right, honey?
Huh?
They don't have it for the phones yet?
No, it's only going to be for the iPad Air and probably the Pro, I think.
They should do it for at least the 6S Plus, because it's a bigger phone.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do it.
So, I'm going to get the 6S in October when my contract is up. And I signed up for the every year to get a new phone because I'm a spoiled little girl. And I like getting a new device every year. But Jonathan didn't sign up for that, so he's jealous.
Yeah.
What? Well, I told him, I'm like, well, you sure you don't want to sign up for that every year because you might get jealous? And he was like, no, I will hold on to this phone for 2 years. I'm good.
Yeah, well, when I signed up, I thought there was no way ever that I would like Apple again. And I'm wrong.
So now I tell him, when you sign up again, you're going to do it every year because I don't want to hear this mumbo-jumbo stuff. Because then he's going to be like, I want the new device.
I don't need it every year if I'm with Apple. Like.
Yeah, but you say that now and you don't know. You said that about Samsung. And then now look.
Yeah, but people that have the iPhone 6, they're not going to go get the 6S. Maybe a few of them will. The crazy ones.
People like me that want a new device every year.
Who's going to go get that S from the 6?
So if you guys are an Apple user and you got on a contract, tell me, would you like to get a new phone, a new device, new phone? Would you like to get a new phone every year and pay that contract? Apple's now offering it for $32 a month to get a new phone every year with Apple Care, by the way. But would you do that, or would you just be like, oh, I'll just do the 2-year contract and that's it? You tell me. He says no. He thinks he won't want another phone next year. But I say yes, he will. Because when Apple comes out with the 7 and it has all these new features, he's going to be like, maybe I should wanted that too. Putting you on the spot, babe.
Yeah, I can say one thing about the Apple one is unlocked Apple phones.
Mm-hmm.
You can go wherever you want with it. If you don't want to be on a contract, don't be in a if you don't want to go through the big phone companies, don't go through the big phone companies. You have
but why would you do that?
I'm just saying, if you wanted to pay cheaper because you're paying more for your phone every year, if you wanted to do some kind of cheap plan, you could. You know?
Well, my patient told me that there was some kind of thing where the Apple phones were getting hacked into, and it was because it was the phones that were jailbroken. So
yeah, now
may not be safe.
Yeah, but these won't be. These are unlocked. These are Apples.
Oh, unlocked and jailbroken is different?
Oh yeah, they're completely different things.
Well, I'm waiting for the streamies. That's my rant on Apple, and I can't wait to get it. It's in 1 month. I'm gonna have an Apple phone again. And this one's gonna be jealous.
I kill you.
But then he wants the iPad Pro.
I know I'm not gonna get that. Probably when they come out with the iPad Pro 2, I'll get the iPad Pro. By then, maybe.
I just gave him my Samsung tablet. So it's like he has a new device.
Yeah, I'm good for now.
I think he's becoming a little like me. That's just my opinion, okay?
And what?
That you want things.
I want to go back to Apple. That had nothing to do with you.
I'm just
saying. In fact,
saying.
I wanted to go back to Apple before you even started talking about it, actually. If you remember.
No, because I didn't tell you anything.
No, way before the Apple announcement, way before you talking about the apps, I had already started saying, man, that iPhone 6 Plus looks great. Man, I wish I could get the iPhone 6 Plus. And then I stopped talking about it.
You could have, because that came out when you got your upgrade.
Yeah, but I didn't I didn't play with it enough and think that enough, because I was like, ooh, I'm going to get a nice Android. And I didn't think I wanted to go back to Apple. Number one. Number two, I had talked about wanting an iPad Air even before you started talking about the 6.
Yeah, because at that time you wanted a tablet, but you weren't thinking about the phone. You were thinking about the tablet.
Regardless, I wanted an Apple device before you ever talked about, hey, you know what? I'm not quite satisfied with my Android anymore. I want an Apple device too.
Well, that's because I became a YouTuber, and all YouTubers have Apple. And the reason is because Apple has everything. All the apps that you need.
So,
I've tried to get apps on my Android, and I can't because it's specifically for Apple.
What I'm trying to say is I wanted Apple longer than you for non-YouTube reasons, just for regular reasons. And you're going to be getting the Apple device before I am. So
But I was smart.
Yeah, well, you are getting what you want. You are the spoiled one, and I am not. I am good, and I am waiting.
Yeah, but you could have been in my shoes if you had done what I did.
Who was to think that I was gonna want an Apple product again?
I did, and you know why I did? You know why I did? Because every time he got a phone,
That's a lie.
No, every time he got a phone, he would research the heck out of all these phones. He'd be looking it up, then playing with them at the store, and then be like, I think I want this phone. And then later, no, I think I want this phone. And then later, oh no, I want this phone. And then when he finally made a decision to get the phone he wanted, he's like, oh, I regret getting this phone. I go through this with him all the time. So I knew that he needed to get the 1-year contract. So, bam!
Alright, first of all, that was what you're thinking, but you weren't thinking me choosing the wrong phone. You were thinking me choosing the wrong Android phone. You didn't think I was going to go back to Apple either. So that is number one.
Whatever. You still weren't going to want to stay with this phone
And
for
number
2 years.
two, while I'm not completely satisfied with that phone, that's because of the TouchWiz. But Samsung Note 4 is still one of the best phones on the market for Android. So I have no qualms about that. I have qualms because Samsung has self-sabotaged their phone with their TouchWiz. But that's not the reason why I don't want to stay with it, is because I want Apple. I wouldn't trade it for another Android device because it's fine. In 2 years, when my 2-year contract is up, if I didn't want Apple, yeah, I would probably choose a non-Samsung device. But I wouldn't be in a rush to get out of it if it wasn't for me wanting Apple.
And what I take from that is, what are qualms? What's a qualm?
Really? That's what you take out of it?
Can any of you guys remember your first phone? I had let me think, I gotta think. I think it was a Samsung. It was a gray phone, and it flipped up, and it had the old school, like, black and white screen, like on the Game Boy. And it was strictly for phone calls, and I think you could text, but texting wasn't the thing back then.
I had one of those big track phones that had a bad battery, and it would only be used when an emergency. It would be in the car. And that was it.
That was your first phone?
That was my first phone.
That's it for our debate. I'm going to get ready to watch the streamies, and I'll probably show you a little bit of my reaction.
And I'm going to have Oreos and milk.
Oreos and milk? I want some. So the streamies have started. We're watching it on our TV. And they opened up with Haley Steinfeld, the song that I have on my intro for my vlogs. They opened up with that song. And it's Grace and Tyler Oakley hosting it.
There's a live stream. No. Yes. No. Yes. 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 Tune in September 17th on youtube.com/VH1. 10, 9, 10.
So the streamies is over, and FouseyTube won the show of the year. So I'm so excited for him. I know he was wanting that very badly. So I'm very proud of him. And a few other people won some awards too. Yeah, Prank vs. Prank I follow, so I'm glad they won, but a couple other people that didn't really follow. But anyways, it was fun to watch. It was kind of interesting watching an award show that's strictly for like YouTubers and Viners. But cool. It's time to go to bed. Sorry for this, like, it's not short because we rambled on for a long time, but non-normal vlog that we did today. We ranted and debated over phones. So I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, hit that like button. But we'll see you next time. Remember to love your life. Bye! Don't you want to be together?
As long as we're not getting happy endings in the other rooms.
Oh, wow.